The tourist sub to the Titanic is still missing, with just hours before the 5 people inside technically run out of oxygen.
Fox 5's Robert Moses joins us in studio with the latest on the search and rescue mission deep in the Atlantic Ocean. Good morning, Robert.
So, Shani and Dan, good morning to you. This morning, there is potentially a sign of progress in the search, but with each passing hour, any hope of finding the 5 people on board alive dims. Early this morning, the U.S. Coast Guard said that a Canadian aircraft detected underwater noises in the search area, which is in the North Atlantic and about the size of the state of Connecticut. The news provided a shred of hope in an increasingly dire situation. It followed a report from Rolling Stone pointing to Homeland Security emails that rescue teams heard banging sounds every 30 minutes. Time is of the essence because oxygen could run out by tomorrow morning if the vessel is still intact and operating. The carbon fiber submersible called the Titan, operated by Ocean Gate Expeditions, is believed to be in waters that are nearly 13,000 feet deep, or more than 2 miles below the surface. The 5 people on board have not been heard from since about an hour and 45 minutes after they submerged on Sunday, bound for the wreckage of the Titanic. This morning, there is word that a host of experts, including Ocean Gate's one-time director of marine operations, David Lockridge, issued dire warnings as early as 2018. Lockridge cautioned that passengers would be subjected to, quote, potential extreme danger in an experimental submersible. The company dismissed Lockridge's assessment at the time by saying that he was not an engineer and not hired or asked to perform engineering services on the Titan. The 5 people on board include Ocean Gate's CEO Stockton Rush, British adventurer Hamish Harding, Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman from Pakistan, and the French explorer and Titanic expert Paul-Henri Nargeolet, who in an eerily prophetic video warned of what could go wrong on an expedition like this one.
That 5 days is with the oxygen, with the food, with the water and everything like that, but we know very well that we will die before with the temperature. Because the real problem at this depth is the temperature. After a while, you dive because of the cold, which is not a bad way to dive because you fall in sleep and it's not you don't suffer in this case. We know that, but we never think that could happen.
There are 2 ways for the Titan to communicate: text message to a ship at the surface and safety pings emitted every 15 minutes. The fact that both of those means stopped working less than 2 hours into this trip is not a good sign. David Pogue, who is a CBS News journalist who traveled to the Titanic on board the Titan last year, says that means one of 2 things. Either all power was lost or a hull breach caused the sub to instantly implode. He calls both scenarios, quote, devastatingly hopeless. Tashani, back to you.
A lot of people praying for a miracle, Robert. Thank you.